Thank you. Okay. And then Yisrael, clarifying it. Aside from avoiding words bad and problem, are there general rules to use in adapting your language to your child's age? I think you got to do what I just did. You got to think a little bit. You got to think about different ways of saying things. So some people have a broader vocabulary and others don't. So sometimes doing this as a brainstorming activity with a therapist or a friend or a spouse could be very helpful because you put two minds together. So just yesterday, I met a 10-year-old girl who's not really bothered by her stuttering, but her father stutters. So he's both supportive of her and thrilled that she's as confident as anything and participates in school performances and everything she wants to. He's also a father who stutters and went through his own journey. So he's concerned for his daughter's well-being. He doesn't want her to go through tough times. So it's a complicated thing. And then the mom, she doesn't stutter and she doesn't know what it's like from the inside, but she wants the best for her daughter as much as her husband does. So together we went around the room, round robin, and I said, let's come up with a word for stuttering, but not the word stuttering. So, we came up with sticky, bumpy, effortful, static, not smooth. And I try to use words that are not the negatives. So I wouldn't say not smooth. I would say something else, rough. So those would be pressed, tense, okay? Those would be halted. Those would be ways to describe it. And then we went around there and we described what are some ways to describe the opposite, like when the words are just fluent. So again, we don't use the words fluent or stuttering because they tend to be very abstract for kids. Kids don't even know what we're talking about. We may as well say jimana, a made-up word, And for adults and for older kids, there's huge stigma involved. So instead of making it right or wrong, good or bad, if we can use adjectives. So then we went out in the room for words that are about fluency. We talked about gliding, smooth, ice, easy, fluid, flow, effortless. So those were words. So depending on the child's developmental stage, the child's language development, and the language of the family, that would be the way to explore and really customize what I would call, creating a stuttering vocabulary in our family. So how do we talk about this elephant in the room? We use this vocabulary that we built as a family together.